Hot Boy has finally concluded. The last episode ended with a typical act of violence. Before we continue, I've got to warn you that this video will contain spoilers. The scene prior to his death sees him faced up against Jamie's younger brother, Stefan. Stefan points his gun towards Sully, but later decides he's not worth it and lets him live. As Sully goes back into his car, he chuckles softly following his altercation with Stefan. Moments later, a hoodie individual blasts Sully to his death and briskly walks away. Now, the question we all have is, who killed Sully? Before I get into this video, I'd really appreciate if you could show your support by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. So, who killed Sully? Well, there's a fairly long list of potential individuals that could have performed this act. Let me go through some of the options before I give my personal opinion on this. The Irish. Some fans are certain it was a member of an Irish gang after Sully became involved with Johnny. A hitman from the Irish crime family that killed Sully. It seemed to me that they had messed with something far too large after they killed them, and it would be stupid to totally gloss over the consequences. So far, there haven't been any repercussions to the killings of Tommy and Todd. If the Irish had the power to completely wipe out the Moroccans, the chances of Sully and Dushane being a target is very high. Jack. Jack certainly had good cause to go after Sully, knowing she, Bex, and the baby would never be safe while he was still in the picture. Perhaps she shot Sully, or sent someone to do the job, to protect her family and to avenge Kieran's murder? Sully was clear to Jack that she didn't have a past, which implies that he would go after her and kill her. Jack wanted out of the game, and the only way she could leave and lead a free life was to eliminate the one person getting in her way. Stefan. Well, we all know that Stefan backed away and decided not to kill Sully. But could he have had a change of heart and followed Sully to his car? At the end of the day, Sully murdered Jamie in cold blood, point blank in front of Steph. Jamie meant the world to Steph. We see him visiting the park and speaking to Jamie multiple times throughout the season. Jamie was a father-like figure to Steph, and maybe mercy was something Steph could not provide. After closely watching the scene, the murderer who walks past appears to be hooded and wearing all black. If we look closely, the build of the individual appears quite tall and masculine. This rules out my thoughts that the murderer is Jack. Jack is quite short and has a fairly petite frame. She'd have to be really padded up to mimic the appearance of the killer. Steph is wearing all black, including a black hoodie, whereas the hood of the killer doesn't appear to match that of the jacket. Therefore, I don't think the killer is Steph. If I had to put any money on the killer, it's probably a hitman. Who hired the hitman? I don't know for sure, but I'd put my money on it being the Irish. Does it really matter? No. With the game that Dushane and Sully were in, it can lead to one of two things: prison or death. The fact that the killer's identity was kept hidden could symbolize this. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below.